All right, and you wonder, too, he resurrected his career in Minnesota. Why so anxious to get out of there? Dominique, the Eagles losing Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator means blank.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of pressure on Patullo, the new offensive coordinator, but I think more importantly, it's going to be more pressure on Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to take more and more ownership of this offense. I think good teams, this happens. You lose your you lose your coordinator, and the good quarterbacks are able to continue it rolling. Fortunately for this offense, they're still going to have a ton of talent and even more confident Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, 5 offensive coordinators for Jalen Hurts. I would say this qualifies as sneaky big news. And Graziano, why did the Eagles promote from within with Kevin Patullo?
Well, the continuity, the idea of continuity is appealing, obviously. They just played in the Super Bowl, so you've kind of missed the meat of the coach hiring cycle, right? So if you wanted to go look externally for a candidate, not saying they did, but if you wanted to, like a lot of the guys have been snatched up, this is a coach in Kevin Patullo who's been with Nick Sirianni before. Right. They both got their start in Kansas City. They were together in Indianapolis, and he has been a guy that's done a lot of different things on the staff while he's been in Philadelphia for Sirianni. So Sirianni has trust in him. Jalen Hurts has a relationship with him and trust in him, and they feel like the continuity will help.
There really is the comfort food of hearing that same voice, Bill Barnwell, within the building that you've heard at some point in the last couple of years. But why don't you like this move to promote from within?
Because we just saw the Eagles get to a new level by bringing in an outside voice that wasn't part of Nick Sirianni's staff. We saw a couple years ago when Shane Steichen left, they promoted Brian Johnson to the lead offensive job. That didn't work out. They didn't have answers, especially second half of 23. They really struggled on offense. Kellen Moore came in, it revitalized their passing game, added some answers against the blitz, went from being subpar against the blitz to being Jalen Hurts was number 1 in QBR against the blitz this season. Really gave them some new answers they didn't have. So I know you want to have the continuity, no issue with that necessarily, but outside voice really helped them. If they could have found a guy who would have added something as opposed to just kind of maintaining what they had, might have helped keep them at this level.
Yeah, Dominic, we were talking a little while ago how the Eagles are kind of in that window and kind of that sweet spot with a roster that appears to be in place to go on another championship run. So offensively, what's the biggest key for Jalen Hurts to stay comfortable in this offense, not miss a beat?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be better. I don't think it's undeniable that there is some confidence born of the way that he played in that big game. And I do think that the most important thing about their team is that they really run the ball really well and they keep it pretty simple and they wait for you to adjust and then they adjust to that. Losing Kellen Moore, I think, is a problem in some ways, but when you go back and look at their season, it wasn't like elite design that got them past. It was really good execution. And so as long as they can stay focused on executing well and understanding that teams are going to have to compromise themselves in order to slow down their rushing attack, and then you make them pay with those receivers you have on the outside and the tight end and the quarterback who played as well as anybody in the big game. So I think that's important. Just keep it simple and continue to execute.
And when you're a young quarterback and you're trying to prove yourself as a legitimate frontline starter, Graziano, there's no bigger stage than upstaging Patrick Mahomes and winning a Super Bowl the way that he did. Do you think he's going to continue to ascend at that level?
I do, because I think Jalen Hurts is about the right stuff. I think he understands. He's very good and has been throughout his career at identifying the thing he needs to improve on in the offseason and directing his offseason work toward that goal. So I don't think he's going to get too high on having won the Super Bowl. I think he's a guy who's going to continue to stay hungry and want more. And I think we've seen that from him. He has weathered a lot of change, a lot of turnover, a lot of variations throughout his career, going all the way back to college.
Right.
And I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
And you look at his kind of path, Super Bowl, the collapse at the end of last year, and then a Super Bowl championship. Bill Barnwell, seems like the sky's the limit for this kid who's been through a little bit of everything since he's been in the NFL.
Yeah, I would just say, you pointed out 2022, he was awesome in the Super Bowl. He was phenomenal in that game. 2023, they struggled because they didn't give him the right answers. Jalen Hurts is a great football player, but like any football player, he has to have confidence in the offensive coordinator, in the scheme, has to fit what they have to work with, and they have to give him answers when teams have answers for that first stuff they do. So I do think that is he's a good fit, certainly, but I would like to see them bring in a little more outside voices for that offense.
Also, bringing in Saquon Barkley kind of helped.
Didn't hurt.
That made things go quite smoothly. Gentlemen, thank you.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.